Here we are on Sonoma Highway. Agua Caliente is just north or by Highway Feel, just west of Sonoma. We've got some newer stuff across the street. The highway itself is pretty well traveled. This is a Sunday afternoon, and I would kind of expected it to be quieter at this point, but I guess it's kind of busy all the time here. Those auction signs were a surprise to me. There's nothing in the listing about that. Let's go see what they've got to say. So this is one of those deals where they couldn't get it to happen on the MLS because they just won't cut the price far enough. So they decided, well, what we need is to send it to an auction company kind of thing. So I'm not sure. This thing might already have received bids. Probably did in this county, but at a lot of those auctions they just don't take the bid. It isn't close enough and they just go back on the market and have to keep cutting. The entryway is slightly unfinished. Front door enters into a room with specially decoratively recessed ceiling and this tile pattern that's throughout most of the ground floor. There is a second living area adjoining and half bath. Some of the unfinished elements are just minor finish issues. Adding a missing lighting fixture or an absent heating duct. I'm not certain what was intended in this location, but there are a few of them. And we don't have any floor covering on the stairs. There's no power here, and with the cloud cover today, the lighting is dim. There's some nice things happening in the kitchen. We've got cabinets and very nice countertops, but unfinished. It's interesting that the walls were in place and textured, and then that element was constructed, but not rocked in place. It suggests that perhaps they were building and making decisions as they went along. I don't know how well this will come out in video, but it appears to me that the joints in the tile are not quite as square as I would expect from a pro. And as a shadow is casting from that seam toward me, it's clear that these are not level. The transition to another pattern in the next room is a bit abrupt as well. I thought for a moment that the tiles were not mortared. It was as though they were just sitting down. They crunch when I walk on them. But I do see mortar in those joints. We have a few places in the house that look like they finished and closed things up and then went back to redo things. Behind the kitchen, this may be the formal dining area. Off the dining area, we have the garage, which smells unexpectedly wet. It is raining presently, but it smells wet like underground wet here. If this home is unfinished and was never inhabited, what's with a little window AC jammed in the window? From the kitchen, we have a large closet area and a bedroom. with bath. Nice vanity. A pretty regular shower. But again, if this home has never been used, we've got moisture-related discoloration here in the bathroom. I don't know if that's from the shower or if that's a construction structural issue. The fixture kind of looks like this has been used. Moving up the stairs, which are wide, feel somewhat elegant, though they would need to be covered. We come to a room with a very high ceiling and these childlike paintings on the walls. Again, I'm wondering if this was partially inhabited during construction. We have another air conditioning mount in that window over there. This room has its own bath. In the hallway, they've made an unusual choice about how to cut a door to additional attic space. This door is less than 6 feet tall and just opens into unfinished space. The next bedroom and bath seem to be a mirror image and another air conditioning stand. Out the second floor window to the backyard, it's entirely unfinished. Ready for your designer touches, we like to say. But it points out something we discussed earlier. There is an alleyway that runs behind it. And it reminds us that Sonoma is millionaires and field workers. And this little area just outside of Sonoma is much more working class than the more desirable things in town. Moving into the master, past a large closet, see some disconcerting signs here. Under each window, we have evidence of moisture on the baseboards. The master bath is entirely unfinished. That could be a grand tub once it's completed. I wanted to get across the street to take a longer view, but I can't get through the traffic. My very quick assessment of the home is that it was a friends and family job, people that work in construction but not contractors. Someone had experience in some elements but was learning on the job on others. So while some things are finished, some things need to be demoed to start over from scratch. This is a rough one.